Birth of the Devil. XXX 2049 Oberstein Ancestral Estate, Berlin. Ballard. It is a bitter afternoon of unending rain. In his memory, the weather remained dreadful throughout those final days. He no longer remembers how long he had stood at the bedside. At first, he seemed to be sitting beside the bed, but at some point, he found himself standing close to the heart monitor, staring at the wavering line of life as it gradually flattened, until there was not the slightest ripple left. Death has ultimately delivered its malice with its own hands. Young master, it's over. Let them proceed. The people in white are not angels. They are not even doctors. Faced with the life fading in their hands, they show no reverence, nor do they offer the customary condolences or assurances of having done their best. Sir, it's been confirmed that the test subject lost all vital signs. We may need to rethink the project's subsequent experimental direction.
I understand. As for the sec, a new candidate must be selected as soon as possible. Have them arrange it immediately.
Would you trust me with that, Father?
Ballard.
As if only just noticing his youngest son standing to the side, Oberstein looks down and fixes his aged yet piercing eyes on the boy. The young boy turns toward him with a confident and respectful smile. While my sister was still alive, I observed much of Paradeo's operations. I understand all the procedures. Being the Holy Maiden's younger brother has its conveniences. At present, only I possess that advantage. And recently, have I been conducting some research myself. I am far from Professor Laplace's level, of course, but I can certainly assist you, Father.
Oh?
Oberstein studies him as though seeing him for the first time.
Enough of this clumsy grown-up masquerade, Ballard. You are only a child. Perhaps your sister's death has struck you too hard, but as things stand...
I am serious, Father. You know that I am serious, and you even believe it is feasible. Otherwise, you would not waste time speaking with me. You simply paid too little attention to me before to know whether I truly possess this capability.
Go on.
As I said, Father, you need someone trustworthy to manage Paradeus. The most suitable candidate would be Professor Laplace, but she cares only about her research. If you hand the sect to her, she will let it wither on its own. That is not an outcome you desire. I admit I am too young to command obedience, but I can begin as her assistant, just as my sister once did. I will do better than she did. I'm more intelligent. I know when to bow my head.
A child your age should be weeping beside his sister's body, Ballard.
Most people my age do not even comprehend the concept of death, Father.
Until an appropriate candidate is found, I will indulge your horseplay for a time, but there are limits.
Thank you. I will not disappoint you, Father. The man gives a slight nod. After one final assessing glance at the cold corpse on the bed, he turns and leaves the room. As for the subsequent handling of the test subject, I will handle it, naturally, before handing her over to Professor Laplace. A thorough inspection is required, and as the daughter of the Oberstein family, my sister deserves a grand funeral and memorial service. You would not wish to tarnish our household's name, would you?
Of course not.
Young master. The elderly butler cries out and drops to his knees, anxiously lifting Ballard's hand. Ballard lowers his head, staring silently and expressionlessly at his own palm. Good heavens! Fetch bandages, you fools! How did you injure yourself, young master? Probably on the lab equipment. Those things are very sharp. I've been skipping pace class for a while. Now I'm forced to do it max out, boy. Go for it. She's really strong. You're gonna love her, honestly. Oh yeah, for the attachment, you can either go ballistic boost or physical boost or close assault. It's up to you. If you prefer more melee damage, close assault. But if you want her damage to be like consistently 20% damage boosted, ballistic boost. It's up to you. You can't go wrong with two of the attachment sets. He closes his hand again, allowing blood to stream along the lines of his palm. Only fools weep meaningless tears. Garden, Oberstein Estate. Ow. Oh god, now I gotta voice a lady. I'm sorry. Grappling splinters are embedded in the flesh. I need to clean the wound before I can bandage it. With a small pair of tweezers, Lunasia carefully picks debris from his wound bit by bit. Even with the lightest touch, the pain is unavoidable. Though he endures as best he can, a cry escapes him. I'm sorry. That still hurt, didn't it? You're bearing it very bravely. But this pain is necessary. You avoid it because you're afraid the wound will never heal. Her eyes are filled with concern, though her seriousness resembles that of a real nurse. Soon, however, her bright gaze softens further, and she extends her hand toward him. If it's too painful, then squeeze my hand. If pain cannot be avoided, then at least let me share it with you. Without waiting for Ballard's consent, she takes his hand. I think I prefer physical boost, so I will go with that. Go for it. Gotcha. I support you on that. That's great. Great plan. He stares blankly at her face for a moment. She has already resumed her work, scraping once more across raw nerves. A piercing pain shoots straight to his skull. Almost reflexively, Ballard clenches his fist, squeezing Lunasia's hand hard. Her expression does not change. She continues her careful movements. When he loosens his grip slightly, he notices her fair hand is now red and swollen. But she says nothing. Soon, the cleaning is complete. When Lunasia straightens up, he realizes to treat his wound more easily, she has been kneeling on the garden's gravel path the entire time. Beneath her skirt, her knees are already marked with deep red abrasions. After she fetches gaze and antiseptic, Ballard's gaze cannot leave her knees, which are no better off than his own. How did you get beaten up so badly? Oh, at first there were only 2 of them. I could handle it. But more kept coming and I was knocked down. Ballard speaks softly, avoiding his sister's eyes for some reason. In the end, several of them pinned me to the ground and made a fat boy ride a bicycle over me. Jesus Christ. They did something like that? Tell me who they are. They must pay for what they have done and apologize properly. Lunasia immediately rises, fire blazing in her eyes. It is the first time he has seen anger on her face. There's no point. It'll be hard to track them down. They're not my classmates, just a group of local thugs. Even if it's difficult, we cannot let people like that do as they please. What was it about? Were they trying to extort you? No. A stray dog started following me after school. I fed it a little, then those 2 came over. They pushed me aside and forcibly took the dog. He was terrified, barking the whole time. I tried to reason with them, but they said it was their entertainment for the day. If I wanted to stop them, I would have to provide some alternative amusement for them. I tried to argue, and they hit me. Tears stream uncontrollably. He turns his head away, unwilling to let Lunasia see his disgrace. After finishing the bandage, she reaches out and gently wipes his tears. Anyway, they pinned the dog down and rode over it the same way they rode over me. Then they beat me up again before leaving. By the time he finishes, Lunasia's face is like frost. Starting tomorrow, we'll go to and from school together. With me there, no one will bully you, Bill. I just don't understand. I cannot make sense of it. Ballard grabs his hair, tugging at it as though that might ease something inside him. Why would they do that? It's irrational, isn't it? His eyes are red as he rubs and pulls at his hair, strands falling loose. Maxims, philosophies, and laws concerning the rights of all beings taught to him by prestigious academics tumble inside his mind. Yet none of that education explains his situation. Are not humans the only creatures endowed with reason? Then why do people like that exist? Even knowing they'll eventually face punishment or meet someone stronger than themselves, why be so foolish? Is this kind of irrationality permitted? Why would whatever created humanity allow such thoughts to arise in our minds? Just because they have greater numbers, they think they can wield violence freely and beat those weaker than themselves without hesitation. This is basically a manifestation of not all people were born villains. Some were just created. And that's what happened to our dear William here. And thus Paradeus was born. Is everyone like this, or only them? The more he speaks, the more agitated he becomes. Tears fall again. He tries to wipe them away, but grief and indignation flood like a dam has burst. Suddenly, Lunasia draws his head into her arms. A gentle fragrance envelops him. Only much later does he learn that it is the scent of jasmine. A steady, peaceful warmth surrounds him. His sorrow dissolves, replaced by a spreading warmth. Sister? It's not just them. Everyone is the same, Bill. It's simply what the world is like. Cold, cruel, hungry. Everywhere there is soil that breeds sin. Everywhere there is senseless predation of the strong upon the weak. But as long as we remain by each other's side, none of that will matter. I can protect you. Will you trust me, Bill? He cannot see her expression. All he can think of is the abrasions on her knees. Why? Why what? Why are you so gentle with me? Isn't it obvious? Because you are my baby brother, and I am your big sister. A big sister is meant to protect her younger brother. You're still so small. One day, when you grow up and gain more strength, it will be your turn to protect your sister. Now then, let's go settle the score with those brats who bullied you. It is on that rainy day that Ballard understands, for the first time, what the word sister truly means. It is a word that smells like jasmine. Garden, Oberstein Ancestral Estate. The next day, a funeral is held in the garden of the historic Oberstein family estate. Ballard has never seen so many people before. The vast mansion is packed with mourners who have come to pay their respects. They all wear black formal attire, each holding a white chrysanthemum as they step forward to mourn before the enormous coffin. What a ridiculous charade. As he moves through the crowd toward the coffin, Ballard finds himself recalling his childhood. From the moment he was born, there has been no memory of a mother in his life. His father is always either busy with work or wholly absorbed in his research, never sparing him even a fragment of attention. His endless childhood has been shrouded in gloom and desolation. Only his sister was different. She was a beam of light that brought color, illuminating the few corners of the world that still held a trace of warmth. This music. Before he knows it, Ballard has already passed through the crowd and arrived by the coffin. After the initial round of mourning ends, the centerpiece of the funeral draws no more real attention. To them, this is merely another gathering for conversation. This will not be the last time we meet, sister. He lifts a hand and signals to the attendants at his side to carry the coffin away. Here, are you certain, young master? Lord Oberstein instructed us to deliver it to the Research Institute. Do you believe you understand my father better than I do? No, that's not what I meant. The butler hurriedly directs the workers to set the coffin down, then steps back. This will do. You may leave now. Someone else will take over from here. That very well. Then we'll be... As the workers turn to leave, the expressionless Ballard pulls the trigger behind them. Even though he has modified the handgun to minimize recoil, the repeated shots still leave his hands stinging. What are you doing, young master? I'm sorry, Grandpa Kane, but no one can know about this. We can pay them off. Lord Oberstein surely wouldn't... Ballard does not lower the gun. Coldly, he turns the barrel toward the old man in front of him. Young master? I said no one, Grandpa Kane. With another gunshot, the old man's shocked gaze gradually turns dull.
You surprise me, Ballard.
Father? Slow, rhythmic applause echoes alongside that warm, gentle voice, yet it sends a chill crawling down Ballard's spine. The previously quiet alley is instantly sealed off by black-clad bodyguards blocking every exit. How did you...
I admit I have neglected you somewhat, Ballard. I never imagined that without my knowledge, my son would grow to be so capable. But attempting to oppose me is clearly the first sprout of foolishness.
Enough, father! Sister is already dead. What more do you want? She was your daughter. Is letting her rest in peace too much to ask?
I love your sister, and I love you as well, Ballard. You are still too young to understand the immense value of the sacrifice your sister has made.
I won't. I will never let you lay a hand on her.
You are my son, Ballard, so I forgive you for pointing a gun at me. But there will not be a next time.
No, wait. Don't touch me. At Oberstein's signal, several black-clad guards immediately seize Ballard and drag him away. Oh yeah, did we have ability to turn off Boy Zero turn AoE attack? No. That is always automatic. You cannot toggle it off. That is always enabled. Yep, that's permanent. So do not be surprised if every time you start a fight, she will just most likely damage an enemy or one-shot an enemy. Basically at the start of the turn. That is permanent. He has no chance to resist. A heavy blow to the back of his head plunges his consciousness into darkness. Oberstein Research Institute. In the dead of night, a small figure appears outside the Research Institute. Ballard checks the location again and again on the data terminal in his hand. Oberstein has locked him inside the house and ordered the servants to watch him. But for his sister's sake, he is calmer, more resolute and agile than ever. Even without a weapon, those foolish servants cannot keep him contained. This is the place. Security around the institute is tight. The main gates are reinforced and sealed. But due to safety protocols, several windows are built into the structure, designed to open at any time. For Ballard, this is an opportunity. He is small and slender. Slipping through a window poses no difficulty at all. The instant he climbs through, he loses his balance. His right knee slams hard against the sill, and with an awful crash, he tumbles to the floor. A sharp pain shoots through the inside of his knee. He thinks a bone may have snapped. Damn it, damn it, damn it! God damn it! 5 minutes later, He draws a deep breath and drags himself upright, hauling his injured leg with him. No one has heard the noise. The uneven echo of Ballard's limping footsteps reverberates in the dark corridor. Enduring the agony in his knee, he carefully memorizes the twists and turns he is taking through the facility. What an idiot. Such an idiot. He pushes open a door. The room inside is empty. Another door, still nothing. In the darkness, Ballard mechanically pushes open one door after another. His knee hurts more and more, but the person who used to share his pain is waiting in some pitch-black corner for him to fulfill his duty as a younger brother. Wait for me, sister. I'm coming. I failed you as a brother. But at least I won't let you stay here all alone. Even so, the boundless darkness swallows everything around him, and doubt begins to gnaw at his heart. Is he truly a savior here to bring his sister home, or merely a weak little brother begging her for warmth? At a time like this, what is he still asking of her? He does not dare to think about it, yet he cannot avoid it either. He only knows how desperately he longs for the moment when, after opening one of these doors, the sister he yearns for stands before him and tells him that all of this is nothing but a terrible joke. Then they will go home and spend one drizzling day after another, accompanied by the scent of Yasmin. Sister. His murmured whisper drips through the air as he limps through the darkness, alone with the twin agonies of body and soul. If pain cannot be avoided, then at least let me share it with you. Her words echo in his ears. Ballard sinks into a corner and slowly collapses to the floor. You bunch of devils! Bastards! Vermin! Beast! Give my sister back! His fury spills over, so much so that he forgets he has snuck into the institute. He begins cursing Oberstein, cursing everything inside this research facility. He pounds the floor, kicks at the wall, trying to use rage to smother his own helplessness. Damn it! Damn it! He slumps limply to the floor and covers his face, sobbing. Sister, if you were here right now, I could hold back my tears, couldn't I? He begins to fantasize. If she were beside him at this very moment, he would not be so weak. That tiny fantasy becomes the beginning of everything, the starting point of an endless chain of thought. If he can change the outcome of her death, then his happiness will not have been shattered. He can forever remain Little Bill, and his sister will forever be the gentle Lunasia. No, even if he cannot change her death, there must be another way. As long as he can retrieve her body, there's still a chance to set things right. Bill. A familiar voice echoes beside his ear again. Who? He jolts to his feet and scans his surroundings. There's no one there. I heard it. I definitely heard it. The voice comes from ahead. He pushes himself forward. What is that? At the end of the corridor stands a pitch-black iron door. It blends into its surroundings, in the darkness, nearly impossible to discern without getting close. Sister. Sister! Are you inside? Almost immediately, Ballard straightens up and rushes toward it. The iron door is not locked. He is certain her voice came from within, that she is calling for his help. He pushes it open at once. The room inside it is completely dark. Ballard gropes along the walls. She must be here. There's no mistake. She's calling me. Suddenly, his fingers brush against a hard device, the unmistakable feel of a switch. He flicks it. The lights slowly flicker on. Ballard's heart swells with anticipation. She must be waiting for him. But what awaits him is not a sleeping sister. It is a vision of hell. As the ceiling lights come on, he finds himself face to face with the sister of his dreams. The outline of those eyes, that slightly pale face, it is her, it is Lunasia. But it is only a solitary head, severely cleanly at the neck. Submerged in formalin, sealed inside a cylindrical container. His reason ceases to function. He becomes incapable of comprehending the obvious reality before him. The higher centers of his brain fail to process the information transmitted by his eyes. When his emotional faculties collapse, his cognitive faculties collapse with them. No, this isn't real. The lights within the other cylindrical containers flicker on more slowly than the ceiling lights above, but they switch on in sequence. First, he sees Lunasia's limbs. Thighs, calves, ankles, elbows, upper arms, forearms, ring fingers. Next, her organs, stomach, intestines, liver, left kidney, pancreas, right lung, blood vessels. Finally, slices of her brain, fully intact, preserved carefully, and neatly arranged. With his higher functions disabled, primitive reflexes seize control of his body. Ballard drops to his knees and vomits. His body issues only one command: empty the stomach. But there is nothing inside but water. He kneels there, his stomach convulsing violently. Even after it is emptied, the retching does not stop. The torment continues for more than 20 minutes before it finally eases. No, impossible. This isn't my sister. No, it can't be. There's no way. What I saw, no, I didn't see anything at all. This must be a hallucination. He desperately restrains the urge to lift his head. He cannot bear to meet those hollow eyes again. His desperate screams have deprived his brain of oxygen and filled his ears with ringing. The repeated vomiting and emotional shock blur his vision. Bill. Suddenly, that familiar voice sounds again beside him. Sister? Bill, it's me. What's wrong? Sister! He jerks his head up. The containers filled with formalin are still there. But through the hazy distortion of his vision, he now sees a rough outline overlaying them. That outline slowly emerges together, gradually forming a clear figure. Sister! The familiar face from his memories appears once more. Tears pour down Ballard's cheeks. He reaches out and clasps hands with the sister floating before him. Did you have a nightmare, my dear little Bill? You look terrible. Don't be afraid. It's alright. Sister is right here beside you. It's all over now. I finally woke you from your nightmare, Bill. Oberstein will never tear us apart again.